And welcome to the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah for the 2025 5A State Championship. Dusty Litzner, pleased to be joined by Dane Stewart, and of course, one of our favorite coaches, Coach Jason Margetts. I got that all right, right?
Josh.
Damn it, I knew I was good. But Coach Margetts, I mean, this has been one of our favorite games to kind of get ready for, but really interesting to see Orem and what they're going to accomplish.
Yeah, I'm excited for the matchup. I think Brighton, not as talented as Orem, but they have a ton of tough kids that defend and play hard. So I think it's going to be a closer game than what people might expect, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's going to be super interesting. And Dane, I mean, we've covered both these coaches, Coach with Brighton.
Coach Gardner.
Thank you, Coach Gardner with Brighton. And, of course, Coach Tavita for Orem. It's going to be very interesting. But this Brighton team has got a lot of questions about it.
Well, it'll be really interesting. You look at this Brighton team, they play really big. And in my opinion, it all starts with Josh Mawhinney inside. I mean, he's, 6'3", 6'4", maybe 6'5", but he plays like he's a 6'8", 260-pounder. Like, he will dominate the paint, and they need that. And you have great shooting in Bradley Easton from the outside. When he gets going, that adds a huge element to this offense. Jackson Soto runs the point. There's a lot of elements for this Brighton team that can be tough to deal with, but they are going against the number 1 seed, and I think probably the best team in the state in Orem. So it's a really tough matchup. They played already this season. Orem got that victory. They won it late, but hey, look, it's why you play the game. You never know what happens, what might happen at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. So.
Yep.
Well, and it's been such an interesting thing to kind of get started, and absolutely crazy as Chamberlain Burgess finally comes through. Been very interesting to see the talent that came to Orem.
Yeah.
May not have originated from Orem.
No.
I'll go ahead and say it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think Burgess has been great at Orem too, right? We've seen him the last couple of years at Lone Peak, and it feels like you saw kind of shades of Chamberlain, but now it feels like you see the whole package in Burgess, and he's bought in defensively too. You'll see him be much more intentional on the glass, both offensively and defensively, seeking out blocks. Not necessarily looking for 3 or 4 threes a game. He'll find his offense, but he's really bought in inside, and that's made a big difference for this Orem squad.
He's taken that next step, and I think playing with Dastrup has really
elevated
lot, right?
his
game.
Yeah, we didn't even mention Chance.
Right, yeah.
But you got no chance of staying with Chance. Like, that kid is so quick.
He's tough to guard.
He's very tough.
How about that? The jump ball won by Brighton. As I get a chance to see Brighton for the first time this year.
Who wins the fight between a Tiger and a Bengal? We're going to find out.
The three just won't go. The rebound is still loose. Works it around. Then try to really find a cutter. Found Burgess instead. It's now just a matter of running Coach Tavita's stuff. I don't know why he decided to lob that in, but he does. Looks opposite. There is nothing there, but he turns it around and makes it work.
That's the guy for Orem. Like, we talk about Chance, and I love Riker Mickelson. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. Like, will be physical with it. He's probably their best defender, and I love putting him on Easton. That's a great way to try to take away that outside shot.
Put that ball inside, nice cut, and the bucket there for Creighton Evers. What'd you think of that one, Coach?
It's a good play. You got to get the off-ball movement. To beat a good team like this, you need to play all facets of the offensive game. No ball watching, no standing around. Guys got to be involved. Got to make Orem work defensively.
And the ball does get thrown away. Missed opportunity there for the Tigers. Dusty, get that one right.
I should clarify for all of our animal enthusiasts, it is the Golden Tigers.
It is the Golden
Tigers. I know that a Bengal is a Tiger, so in that whole fight thing, I know it's Tiger versus Tiger, but just roll with us, right?
That's all we're going with, is that floater will not fall, and the rebound taken down by Jax Allen.
Coach, if you had to come in, take on the number 1 seeded Orem Tigers, how good they are, like, how would you approach this matchup of your Coach Gardner and the Bengals?
That's a good question. It's like I said before, you got to make them move. You got to make them work defensively. They're so long and active defensively that if you're not running good stuff every possession down the court, you're just not going to make them work hard enough to give yourself a chance. I like getting Soto in ball screens early. He's a really good decision maker coming off the ball screens. I think they'll continue to go to that.
Fire that ball inside. Big man can't get it. Rebound to Burgess. He steps back and was a little short on his jumper. And the rebound taken now on the run.
How about Brighton running up the floor here quickly?
Yep.
Pulls for three and hits.
He's going to have to make 5 or 6 of those this game to give them a chance.
If you're a Brighton fan, that's what you want to see. First shot for Brad Easton, go through the net.
A ball in the corner.
You know, I think it was before the Alta game. He opened his mission call after the game. He kind of held it. He scored 35 that night, hit 7 threes. I don't know if he's got a second mission call waiting for him after this game, but maybe you send him one just in case, right?
He seems to play well at the U, too. Last season they played Alta, and I think he had 30 points in that game.
Good call.
Try to get that ball in, and that's knocked out of bounds. Nicely done there by Soto. Of course, his dad was a legend here at BYU. After starring at Judge Memorial. Let's get that ball into Chamberlain Burgess. Oh, Dastrup mishandles it, but gets it back as Burgess goes right to the rim and throws it down.
It's one of those plays as a underdog coach, you're just like, oh, we did everything right, and then loose ball, and they get an easy one.
Well, the funny thing is that they had a full house move. As there's a fall away and gets it to go. Nicely done there by Josh Mawini. But I thought that was really interesting. They had a whole house move, but not both people moved over.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Gonna step into a three, and it goes. How about that three from Chance Dastrup? And we're tied at 7.
It's so hard with this Orem team because you say, like, that's the guy. They really are all the guy, and it's what makes this team so hard. I love Chance's game and can drive the basketball, very athletic, quick, and as you can see, has some distance to his game as well.
When you're playing against Burgess, you got to play off 2 feet.
Well, there's Burgess right there.
You can't drive baseline and expect to make a pass if you're a little bit out of control because he's so long. You're not going to make a pass anywhere in the vicinity.
And that's a tough play for Chamberlain. He's in the air, kind of under the basket, and still has a way to get that up and score it. This is the best Chamberlain Burgess we've seen. Multiple years as a high school player in the state, but this is the best Burgess.
Yep.
100% as he had the traveling violation before the pass, and going to have to go the other way. The officials for tonight's games, David Smith, Sean Connell, and Mark Stevens.
Now, we like to have, doppelgangers. Tell me the baseline official doesn't look like Coach Gardner.
And that's exactly what I was thinking.
They could be brothers.
Maybe they are.
Oh, how about the rebound over the top of a couple guys?
That's 4 offensive rebounds for Orem.
Oh, my gosh.
And when it leads to a 3, it's even worse.
And there's a big, big 3. How about that one? Is really a big one.
This play should have never happened. But you see Hyatt underneath, and the kick out, and Jax Allen, the future Aggie, able to hit the open tray.
It's a big, big 3. And I think everyone said 30 seconds. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, 30 seconds. So, Coach Marquette, it's been interesting. Interesting to have you with us and all that kind of stuff. It's been an interesting dealing with the state playoffs. And I know you had your home game over the weekend, but sorry that you didn't get the win.
Me too. I'm sorry about that too.
But the Northridge game, correct me if I'm wrong, crazy finish.
Crazy.
And what was that like?
We pick up a technical foul with about 4 minutes left.
Well, why'd you do that? I'm just kidding. I'm just
taunting. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a conversation. We give up 4 free throws, they make a 3, and then we miss a shot, they come down and make a 3 again. So now it goes from 11 to 1 in about 45 seconds.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
So just a crazy finish.
You guys pull that out in OT though.
We did.
Right? Yeah.
We did in overtime, yeah. It was a fun game.
Great game. You had to have that game and have the win be the big thing, right?
Right. Yeah. Winning a playoff game is huge. I mean,
right?
Just for team building and And, you know, with the future team that we have, bringing back all those guys, winning a playoff game was big for us.
Well, belief, right? Like,
Yeah.
guys, you're still young, and yet, like, you know, you can advance in the playoffs.
Anyway. That's a big play there from Mickelson, but that's a big one, Coach, because it's 100%. Coming from a guy that went to a school that didn't win a lot of playoff games, so it's kind of a bigger thing.
Yeah. Not familiar, yeah.
Straight away, Allen pumps on that. Then he's going to pull up at the free throw line and doesn't quite get it to go. The board and run out here with Mawhinney. He sends to the corner, 3 on the way, and knew it. Man, he knew it. Casey Beams knew that was going to be a 3.
He's been playing well. Early in the season, he was afraid to take that shot. He's been playing well the last couple of games.
Going to put it on the ground. He had nowhere to go. Turn it over. So now Brighton has a chance to tie or even take the lead.
And right now, Brighton has been able to match those threes, right? We had the Dastrup 3, the Allen 3, we've got an Easton 3, a Beams 3. That's, again, a great sign for the Bengals. They've got to have one of their better offensive nights here this morning, given the way that Orem has started.
And Orem likes to play a slow it down type of pace. So if Brighton's making shots early and they can continue that success, they'll have a chance.
So Soto hands that one back to Easton. Sends that ball into the corner. Got about 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now pull for 3. Back. It's the side of the rim, and then we're going to have a rebounding foul and an opportunity for Brighton to get a fresh shot clock.
It's called on Burgess. In that first matchup, some early fouls really disrupted Burgess's minutes. I think it's important for him and for Orem to be able to help Chamberlain get in a flow and a rhythm early. Something to keep an eye on.
Pulls on the 3, can't get it. And now on the run with Burgess.
That's a tough look.
That was a really tough look. And there's an even worse look. Oh, man. Didn't you call for the carry? So send it over to 21. Now up top to Soto. Oh, Soto was right down the lane and gets it to go.
Tough finish.
Very tough finish. Especially when it was freaking couldn't quite get it. Now Mickelson gets the offensive board. Can't make the stick back. And now the last one won't go either. The 3 won't fall. Man, I was just waiting to give that one away. If he hit that thing, I would have lost it.
Well, some Brighton fans would have too. A foul called here on Dastrup on the hold of Easton. Tell you, Brighton's not been intimidated early, that's for certain.
They have not. Coach, when you're in the middle of coaching this game, what is it you're trying to accomplish when you're the underdog team, tied early and all that kind of stuff?
You got to keep being aggressive. You got to get the ball in your best player's hands and keep being aggressive. I'd like to see Mawhinney get the ball at the high post and try and be aggressive on Burgess, try and get him to pick up that second foul.
Well, Eaton just got called to travel.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
In fairness, there's a little delay from what you're saying. So he's probably just hearing it now. Yeah.
Next time down.
Next time.
Steps up all across. Mickelson, 4-3. How about that one?
It's hard to front the post when they have so many guys that can shoot.
Yep.
I'd be a little bit hesitant to bring that guy all the way to the basket on the backside.
I mean, we just saw Highland, and it was open threes that were the difference in that one. And Orem can burn you the same way. You gotta contest the outside shot no matter who has it.
Yep.
Because they can all hit it.
They got to take this thing down. They're down to 10. They got to get going. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 5, 4. Gets into the lane and turns it over.
Great help there by Burgess, taking away that drive. And there's at that point you're done.
Yep.
Well, you didn't. I'll palm that one.
And that's where you start so late in the shot clock.
Right.
You really just have the one option.
4-3, get to the rim, float it up, won't go. And that's how the first quarter ends. And man, we've got a good one if this is how this game is going to go the next 3 quarters. At the end of one, it is Orem 15 and Brighton 12. You're watching the 2025 5A state tournament.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
How's your card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Back into the John M. Huntsman Center, Dusty Litzner, Dane Stewart, and Coach Josh Marquette's within an interesting first quarter, 15-12.
Yeah, Orem's rebounding the ball really well. If Brighton wants a chance to stay in this game, they've got to rebound the ball. I think 6 offensive rebounds for Orem in the first quarter.
Man, that's a travel, right? No, I'm saying jump ball.
Yeah, hand came on it, but either way, it'll be Brighton basketball.
So again, we'll talk about the referees one last time. David Smith, Sean Cottle, and Mark Stevens. But I tell you what, we've had 2 good officiated games from what we would have seen before. Soto gonna jack it up, can't get it to go, and the rebound taken in by Trey Hyatt. And now a steal.
Get it up. Oh.
End up getting it to Kafusi, and he's actually fouled there by number 21, Trey Hyatt. Interesting, and you got Brighton under the free throw line, but an interesting opportunity to start the second quarter.
Yeah, get a couple stops, get out in transition. Got to capitalize on those transition opportunities.
Yeah, kind of a rare turnover there from Dastrup. Normally very, very confident with the basketball. That one just kind of lost it, surprisingly.
He's done that a couple times. They got the dunk on the first time and then got the steal that time.
So bring the ball into the front court. Dastrup gonna fire that ball to the corner. Mickelson, man, that guy just kind of got after it. Couldn't get the layup, and they're gonna have a foul. I'm gonna keep the ball here.
I mean, he's a football player, right? And it just shines through because, like, you can try to grab him, hold. It's like he's not going to shy away from contact. Like, he's going to brush that off. He's like a tank. That's why I just love watching him play because, like, there's just no stopping Riker Mickelson.
And once he gets downhill, it's almost game over.
Yeah.
As they do get that in. To number 2. So Jack's Allen, so Jack sends out off to Dastrup. Gets into the key, floats it up, no, gets his own rebound and draws the foul. Tell you what, you got a kid that's just that aggressive. It's going to come, right?
Yeah, and he's obviously a good athlete. But I'm gonna keep harping on this. That's 8 offensive rebounds. Like,
it's too many.
If you want a chance to pull off an upset, you've got to out-rebound, and you can't give them second chance opportunities.
Oh, man, Hyatt cannot get that one to go. So now on the run is come back this way, trying to pirouette his way, and there's a travel.
That's a great job. You want to talk about verticality as a defender? That's how you do it, right? Doesn't bite on any of those shot fakes, stays home. Good D there by Allen.
His brother might have taught him that. Utah State.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even put that together. Drake is his brother?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I didn't. No, I did not.
Well, there's some of us that already knew it. So,
some of us are not that smart, Dusty.
Brings that ball baseline. Oh, nice job. Soto just gets after it too. And it'll be.
Got a timeout.
Timeout, yeah. I thought it was a jump ball because he kind of grabbed it. And they give him a 30-second timeout.
I thought that could have been a push-off, too, on the baseline. That really good job cutting off the baseline by Soto.
Coach, while we have you, we like to just take advantage of moments when we have coaches join us. How do you feel like the state of the game is currently right now? And if there's something you'd like to change, what would it be? I actually heard an interesting one last night, but
I want the charge circle.
Oh, I am
Dusty's
so
a big fan.
I
Big
want it.
fan.
Got to have it.
I felt like we got hurt a little bit on calls this year with kids standing underneath the basket. And I just don't love it.
You can't freaking do it.
No.
You can't. If you got a young man that's like, oh, yeah, you got to take a charge. Okay, and he gets underneath the hoop.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Well, first of all, smart kid, right? He knows it.
But how are you supposed to take advantage of being aggressive and getting downhill when a kid can just meet you standing underneath the basket and take a charge?
And like he can just wait. Like he actually gets the call and just goes and waits under there. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yep.
You want to hear the one I heard last night?
Yeah.
They want timeout to advance the ball in the final minute.
Nope. Sorry. Go ahead, Coach. That's my bad.
You were adamant. Woo.
I would love it if it was our ball. I would hate it.
It's a selective rule.
Yes,
Yeah.
I say stay with the full court baseline. If college hasn't changed it, then I don't think high school needs to.
1,000,000%.
I hadn't heard that one. Last night was the first time I had heard that from a high school coach. So
I don't mind it. I like the idea.
Yeah.
I like talking about it, but
their thing was taking away the 1-and-1. It was kind of one of the not equalizers, but it because again, I miss the one and one.
I do too.
And it is hard to play defense when you're down in a final minute without the 1-and-1.
Yeah.
And that was their point, right? Was that it allowed you to actually have a shot then to maximize your time to get back. But
I get that. I don't love the 2 shots after 5 fouls.
Yeah, 2 shots is crazy.
It is.
Well, and the other funny thing is that if you're going to go that way with the 5 fouls each quarter, okay, 1, I got it, but 2, I didn't know you were going to do a double bonus at 5 fouls.
Right. And sometimes I'll be watching a college game, and they'll shoot a 1-and-1, and I'm almost like, wait, what's going on?
I mean, and that's the funniest thing about allowing states just to control what they've got, that they can do their own thing.
Yeah.
Right? So the fact that they can do it is just unreal to me.
Well, but Utah does align to NFHS.
Okay.
Right?
That is true.
So.
Oh, nice. That was pretty. For a 1-point ball game, 16-15. That's a positive. Well, you go 1-and-1 on the free throw line, and just kind of keeps things in your control.
And that's what you've got to do, especially when Burgess is guarding the ball. Everybody just assumes he's going to block the shot. So lots of cutting off the ball.
He said
offensive foul on Hyatt. Boy, that lane opened wide open for Dastrup.
That was the reason.
Yep. We've seen a lot of offensive fouls.
A ton of
like yesterday, we had quite a few.
It seems like it's been more of an emphasis this season.
Well, that's kind of that's why I'm like stunned. There's the 3, and it's good. And how about a 2-point lead now for the Brighton Bengals? Unreal. And there's a steal.
Get it up early.
You got it to him, and there's the layup, and it's good. Timeout, Orem. How about Brighton? Well, timeout. We see the final.
Boy, Matheson just rips that ball away. Coach, you said it. Get it up early, and Easton with the strong finish at the rim. Brighton flying.
So many times kids wait to make that pass. They wait until they get past half court, and they're trying to dribble down. When you don't make the pass early, you shrink the court for the defender. If you make the pass early, now he's got a lot more space to try and defend.
Well, not only that, what are you practicing? Right? You're not practicing a catch at the rim and get it up. You're practicing. Think of your layup lines. You're catching that ball 15 feet away. You're taking a dribble and you're stepping into it, right?
Yep.
That's what you're practicing. So that's what you want to execute. Quicker you get it up, the earlier you can get in that flow and that finish.
Yep.
Just been a crazy first half between Brighton and Orem. And you look at the score, 20-16. Didn't see that one coming.
I'm surprised Orem hasn't been able to get in their offense yet, right? It has not been meshing very well. We've seen some early turnovers from the Tigers. They've done a nice job on the glass, but they really haven't been able to take advantage of that. I mean, you talk about 8 offensive rebounds. Yeah. They just have 16 points. They really haven't been able to get much second, third chance opportunities off of those rebounds.
Yeah. A lot of shots missed at the rim too for Orem.
I mean, Sugar Chiraga has one from 6 feet. Rims out on him, and that's one of their top scorers. Yep. Second half of the year once he was eligible. Allen with just the 3. I mean, it's been and I don't know that Brighton has done anything defensively that's been shocking. Orem just hasn't been able to make shots. And the first game started out this way when these two teams played.
Yep.
Burgess does draw the foul.
And that's the thing about this Brighton team. And, Coach, you guys played Brighton in the December, right?
Yeah.
They are very good at playing the way they want to play and forcing you into their style. Yep. And you've got to figure out how to adapt and work through that. Yep. It's not easy.
Like I said, they're a tough physical team. They might not have the most talent that their Brighton roster has ever seen, but they play hard.
And there's a steal come the other way, and he got the miss.
They're going to count it.
Oh, he's going to say goaltending. Okay.
That one surprises me because I felt he met the ball at the backboard. I don't think he hit it after it hit the backboard.
Well, and that's like the weirdest thing, right? Because the kid came through and the whistle wasn't until after.
That's another rule in Utah high school basketball that we need to be more definitive on.
Well, I think
of when it happened, right?
Yeah.
So if you see it, we have a call.
Because I've heard multiple things from officials about when they call it and when they don't.
And for me, what I've heard is that ball has to be above the cylinder on its way down, and I didn't think that was the case in that one.
No.
Sends that one back up top. And a 6-point Brighton advantage.
Big possession for Brighton. See if they can get Mawhinney going downhill.
Soto with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Go 4 flat for Soto.
3 seconds. 2 gets to the rim.
Got
and
it.
1. How about that one? Goes right at his defender and now goes to the line to try to extend this lead.
Well, they are really late starting when that shot clock is ticking down, and I don't know.
And it seems to me like Brighton is content with playing late into the shot clock, trying to slow Orem down, make them defend for 30 seconds, and it's working.
I mean, it led to a turnover a couple minutes ago. That time it leads to an and one, right? So.
And the free throw is good. So 25-16.
Orem's got to get something going right now.
They have to, right? I mean, they've been on 16 for a while.
4 minutes, I think.
I think, right? Because the whole second quarter. I can't think of I think there's one made bucket. Maybe I'm wrong. And it might have been a free throw.
Brighton's doing a really good job in their gap defense as they allow a drive right there, but really good job cutting off the driving lanes and making Orem play from the perimeter.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing is right now they are fronting Chamberlain Burgess, and they're being physical. I mean, Josh Mawhinney is down there just trying to move him like he's a fridge. I mean, everything is into the body of Burgess, trying to make him really uncomfortable, and Chamberlain's not been able to really establish himself in the paint for them to go to him yet.
Yeah. And of all the kids we played against this season, I felt Mawhinney was the hardest working kid we played against.
Oh, really?
He's strong. He uses his body well, and he's relentless. He works so hard.
I mean,
did he lead the state in rebounding?
I don't know. I'll go look, but he is officially listed at 6'4", but that dude plays a lot bigger than 6'4".
He does.
So 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So 25-17 for the Brighton Bengals.
Look at Mickelson's arms.
He's huge, man.
He's a big kid.
He was just behind Luke Meyer in 5A.
Okay.
So Meyer was 10.5.
For Juan Diego.
Is 10-1.
Okay.
Yep.
See, and that's a bad shot.
Yeah, it's a terrible shot.
You've had good things going offensively, and then you shoot a fadeaway baseline step back.
See, and
Couldn't
that's
get
the
that
play
one.
that Dastrup makes all year long, yet he just misses it high. Super try with the putback.
Brighton's got to run their best stuff. You can't have those types of possessions if you want to try and hold on to this lead going into halftime.
How about they put Burgess up top in their zone? Going to bring it back over.
Oh.
And there's a turnover. Turns it over, goes at 12.
All right, now this will be interesting. Is this a play on the ball? We saw an intentional yesterday. I think it is.
I think he tripped.
But you have some Orem fans. I'm too pleased, and officials talking here.
I think
He grabbed it. I mean, that's kind of the...
I think they're just going to call this a common, but
they,
I like their talking.
Yeah, they can talk, but then it's like, hey, go look at it. Well, I guess we don't
Can't.
have the... They're not sending it down.
They do
Yeah,
call
it is.
intentional.
Has
So
to
let's
be.
have one more look here, right? So to me, is there a play on the basketball?
I think he tries to make a play, and you see him get caught up, get his feet tangled up right there.
But instant grab.
The problem is that arm on the shoulder.
Yeah. If it was his left arm, they probably don't call that.
1,000,000%, right? But he got him with his right arm, and it was like, I'm going down, and so he's like grabbing him.
Yeah.
Which I don't like anyway, first of all. It's and the free throws are both good. And then the rebound will keep the ball here with Orem.
And this is a big stretch. So Easton takes that bad shot. They get kind of a transition opportunity with the putback, and then you get the turnover and the flagrant foul.
Which is amazing when you start looking at what this game is and who's next. It's kind of just like an unreal thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Quickly got that ball in, hands it off to Dastrup. Drop that ball into Mickelson. Yeah, he goes a little bit there because he did get the body. He goes back up, can't get the layup.
I think maybe a little too intentional there, right? You go one time, kick that ball back out.
Yeah, you
get
got
back in
you
your
got
offense.
you got all the eyes on you.
Yep.
On that putback. I've been saying I'd love to see Mawhinney get a catch on the block. Just haven't seen that in this game.
Yeah, I'm still surprised. How about this? Brighton with 5 fouls. Been adding up here.
Let's say he got it in quickly, but he didn't realize that he had the basketball.
See if you can run a play for Easton to get a 3.
Yeah, he said he threw it off him, but you were already out of bounds. So his foot must have come down before he threw it. I mean, just... Never mind. For what we were looking for.
You can't drive baseline with no idea what you're doing with it.
Well, especially going up against the length of Chamberlain, right? Like, you're not going to have a lot of room.
Chamberlain does not get the 3. The rebound will have a foul on it. And it'll be a 2-shot foul here. As that is the 16th foul.
And that's the second on Easton.
Well, that's a big one, right? So Easton now has 2. As Jax Allen's at the line.
Here's the thing. If you're Orem, you know you're going to take everyone's best punch, right? They've been able to withstand it here in this first half. You've got an opportunity to get to the locker room. Still just, I mean, it's a one-possession game right now, which is crazy, given that it was 9 just a minute ago.
And that none of us expected this.
Yeah.
Maybe thought it.
Well, Coach said it was going to be closer than anyone else thought, you know.
I did say
Marquette's
that.
knew. He knew.
And the free throw, good. So
Orem's going to put some full court pressure on. I'd love to see Brighton run a really set, deliberate play. Try and get something going.
they've got to get it across the timeline, as they do.
Oh, they've got a 5-on-4.
Mickelson is maybe turning an ankle. He can't even get down the floor.
it back up, and there's a foul on Burgess. I think that's number 3 on Chamberlain.
Boy, Riker's really hurting.
Oh, it's a second, my bad.
And I think the refs did the right thing by letting that play out. I don't think you can punish the offensive team
On the one end.
on the one end. Yep.
I mean, are you punishing the offensive team by letting them play 5-on-4?
No.
No, you're rewarding them. Yeah.
But is that look?
That's an
I
award.
think if a player, oh gosh, Riker's having to be carried to the back.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
Oh boy.
But that's my thing. So like, I mean, you say you don't want to punish the offense, but aren't you giving them an advantage? Is that really?
You can do that though.
That's what I mean. You don't want to. You do want to give them the advantage. You don't want to take anything away from their offensive possession.
Agreed, 100%. Because if he's down, it's like, hey, we can take advantage of what's on the floor, and if you're going to blow the whistle, like you just evened out the floor.
See, I think it's a judgment call, and in that case, because Riker's still on his feet, I get playing that out. But I think if a player is down, writhing in pain, it's like, well, I don't know.
Oh, how
Tough
about the take? Oh man, and it ties us up at 25. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and he caught it. Oh man, how about the final 10 seconds of the first half?
Boy, huge for Soto. Felt like Orem had a little bit of momentum, and Jackson, he's had a heck of a half. 7 points for Soto at the break.
What a crazy first half, Coach.
Yeah, I think Brighton did a really good job early, and especially starting that second quarter. And then Orem did a good job speeding them up a little bit, getting some turnovers. I'm a little disappointed in Brighton's last 3 minutes as far as possessions go. Just being a coach, watching those possessions, they could have really taken advantage of that 9-point lead. Instead, they give the best team in the state. Now they're only down 2 instead of could be 8, 9, 10.
That's extremely true. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think really impressive effort from Brighton in that first half. Again, I thought they played really well. To your point, they had a 9-point lead with like 3 minutes to go. You could have really kept that. They let Orem get back in. Riker Mickelson, that injury is going to be huge. If Riker Mickelson doesn't come back, that'll be a big thing for Orem. They've got a lot of depth, but it's hard to replace a Riker. The physicality he brings and everything he does on the glass for this Orem offense, his versatility, and one of their better defenders. So does that free up Easton in the second half?
And he just does all the little things.
He does.
The stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
He's their physical, game-changing kid, and that's going to be big to watch for.
Big. So as we go to the break, it is Brighton 27 and Orem 25. We'll work us back into the John M. Huntsman Center. Dusty Lidster, Dane Stewart, and the coach, Jason Margetts. Doggone it. Jason Margetts, but coach,
Josh. You had it right. You had it right.
Okay, you did. All right, coach. But we go to the halftime, and it's just a little different because you had the shot that goes there at the end. But when you look at this game, 27-25, you got to feel pretty good if you're Brighton.
Yeah, you got to feel good. There's belief now.
Yeah. Guys, this works.
Yeah. It's hard to come back. It's hard to come back as an underdog team. But if you're playing with them and you have that belief, now it's like, okay, we could do this for 16 minutes.
Well, and now there's, I don't know if belief is the right word.
This was the next question.
Maybe question of belief because Riker Mickelson left late in that half. We don't have anything official, but it doesn't sound great. I don't think we'll see Riker in this second half. So even today, but even beyond today, if you're Orem, you got to find someone now to take care of your best, to fill in for your best defender, one of your more versatile pieces, and your most physical player.
Yeah.
That's now gone.
Yeah.
Not expected back in the second half. Don't know if they'd be back in the tournament. Right. So that'll be a big piece that Orem, where do you go? Who do you turn to? They've got 16 minutes to figure that out.
And that's disappointing for Mickelson because he's
senior,
such a good player.
Senior,
so good. Yeah.
So Dastrup goes up to Jackson Allen. Allen goes over to number 12. That is Sugaturaga. As he has man alive. He just absolutely overpowered his way to get that shot.
Yeah, that's tough to defend.
And I think he's been a – go ahead.
No, Soto did everything right.
Yep.
his hands are straight up. He's trying to stand his ground, but that's a strong kid.
And I think Suga Taraga, he's been that great offensive addition since he's been eligible the back half of the year. And
Yep.
he's one of those guys that can step up in the absence of a Riker Mickelson.
Big one.
Corner three, got it. How about that one from Jace Beams? And that's now 10 points for Jace Beams.
Coach, you said he's been playing really well last couple of, like 10 points. I did not have Beams going double figures today.
When we played Brighton early in the season, we felt they really only had 3 guys that could score. So it comes down to the last second of the game, and we essentially weren't guarding their 2 other guards. And now Beams has stepped up, and it's like if we played them again, we'd have to play him differently.
The 3 won't go, and the rebound taken by Soto.
By the way, Mickelson did come out of the locker room. He's sitting behind the bench. Again, don't expect him to come back in this game, but it's good to see him come out in support of his team.
Yeah.
I
think he just got hit in the face.
Yeah.
If this is college, they're going to the review and checking if that was intentional.
Yeah, you got to see if it's intentional. You got to see, 1, if he got hit, and then 2, was it intentional? Did you get him, like, look for it and got him? Or
right.
What was that?
Just being very cautious here. Maybe we'll, should we come here, spend a moment with Coach Margetts?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach, you superstitious?
A little bit.
What's your pregame routine?
See, I mix it up though, so I'm not that superstitious.
Okay, so how are you superstitious?
I'm a Notre Dame football fan.
Okay.
So I have to wear a certain thing when they play.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like what?
I've got a green quarter zip that I wear.
Is that just football or basketball? Or?
Just football.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was the good luck charm this year until the national title. So maybe it's not quite as good luck charm as I would like it to be. But
I'm sorry, they got to the national championship.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I don't think a lot would complain if they were in that situation.
No, I'm not complaining. They just.
I know you're not. I'm just saying,
they ran into almost an NFL team.
Well, it's kind of amazing that they got there. Right?
Yeah, it is. Beating Georgia and Penn State, 2 teams that probably on paper are better than Notre Dame. So that was fun.
Absolutely. And they had to do it by the skin of their teeth. There's a foul going to be called on Max Hall. Sorry, Jack Allen. That's my bad.
You know, it was Beams who kind of took it up high for Brighton, and over on the bench. Certainly hope he'll be okay.
Oh, could have called a moving screen on that.
Yeah, absolutely could have. They send that out. Soto on the drive, no call through the contact.
Does Orem have to get up and down? Do they need to pick up the pace here,
They
Coach?
might have to a little bit. They've got good athletes. It surprises me that they don't run more than they do.
And then the turnover.
How about the length of Easton? Great help defense there and just took away the passing lane.
So Easton sends up top. Now move it over. Suga Turaga. So that's Mawini, and Mawini can't get that one to go.
Oh.
Ooh. That was pretty deliberate, it looked like to me.
We'll have a look here. I actually thought this could have been an offensive foul.
That's what I mean. I thought.
Yeah. We got to let this play out. My apologies. I was a little slow to the button, but coming up right here, I think Soto's kind of there.
That's a charge.
He did get him.
That's pretty deliberate.
Yeah.
Especially because you looked at it, right?
Yeah.
You kind of see it coming, and you're like, all right, let's do this thing.
Yeah, we'll take it. Send that ball up top to Dastrup. Dastrup tried to get that back cut and did not get the call. So didn't get the ball, pardon me, to number 12, Simeon Sugaturaga.
It's a tough feed. It feels like it's been a while since Burgess had touch on the offensive end.
I haven't seen him touch the ball much today.
A lot. The first quarter, he was actually all over the place.
Yeah, had the dunk, had a couple rebounds, but we have not called his name. He's defending here.
Well, I think part of it, they took him out because he was getting super animated.
Frustrated, yeah.
See?
Brighton's got to stop driving baseline when Chamberlain's.
It's not there.
They got to stop doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there's the turn and the goal. I was thinking, man, just turn left. Like,
Yeah.
if you go left, it's open.
He's at his best when he's on the block. They need to keep going to that.
They do, and even Burgess coming over to help. But that's what we said. Like, he plays a lot bigger than he is.
Yeah.
Executed well there.
Sungaturang again will get the foul call on the floor.
He's a physical kid. He's a tough guard.
Trying to remember he transferred from
Mountain View.
Thank you. It was kind of killing me. I was like going through my head. I'm like, I can't freaking remember where he was. There's a near steal. Now I'll go out of bounds and we'll inbound up top.
Good to see Beams checking back in here.
So Janky comes off the floor as Beams comes on. Beams has had quite the game, 10 points.
Yeah. There you go.
So here comes, you're going to get fouled, and absolutely called before anything else, and said, no. I'm going to put it on the floor. You guys get inbound along the baseline.
That's the way to play him, though.
Yep.
Don't give him anything easy.
You can see they stood him up, right? There was not a lot of opportunity for Burgess to keep that drive going.
And I'm almost okay with Mawini playing him one-on-one because from a strength standpoint, he's not going to get downhill on him.
Agreed. Yeah, make Burgess beat you by shooting over
the top,
right?
Yep.
Over the top. What a great movie.
That is a good movie, right?
Oh, Coach.
You haven't seen it?
Coach. All right, look, here's the deal. Here's a date night. Okay, free of charge, right? Over the top.
All right.
You got to get it.
It is unreal.
I'll get on it.
That's like one of the first movies I watched as a youngster.
If Coach Benson was watching this, he'd be disappointed in me. He makes movie references all day at work, and he's always so disappointed in me that I never get any of them.
All right, so here's the deal. You got to go ask Coach Benson if he's seen Over the Top.
I'm sure he has. That guy is a movie guru. He's seen so many movies, so I'm sure he has.
It mixes the heartwarming story of child custody with the great sport of arm wrestling.
Absolutely.
Need I say any more?
No, you don't.
Mixed in with some truck driving.
I'll get with Katie and we'll do a little.
There you go.
Night.
There you go.
And an easy 2 there for Trey Hyatt. And that's his first points of the day.
And Trey's one of the blue-collar guys on this team, right? We talk about who can replace him. Trey can do that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that's his first bucket.
Yeah.
Usually he'll have like a quiet 8 or 10, where he just fills in the cracks of the offense, does it really well. It's his first one. Shocking.
So before we get to the inbound on the baseline, I thought we had to...
One more reference. The music in that movie is great, by the way, if you like good old classic 80s music.
And number 2 knocks that one down, Creighton Evers.
Kenny Loggins. I mean, it's great. All right, here we go.
I got you. I'll do it.
All right. I'm going to follow up with you.
Oh, this is too much. All right, come off the screen. As Dastrip sends this one over. Allen tried to get the foul call too. Did not get either the make or the foul call. And there's the foul.
I don't love that.
I think if I showed you it again, let's take a look.
Let's see it.
I like Burgess. He's still locked into this one. Yeah, it's hard.
Take it back.
This is the playoffs, man.
I know where it is, but it's
playoffs.
Crazy things. As Chamberlain knocks down the first. And he'll get one more.
How about the student sections? I haven't loved it. There's not been a lot of interaction.
Yeah. Highlands was great.
Yeah.
Well, Highlands was really large, but there was nothing to get overly worked up till the end. I guess they got back in the game. And
Olympus is showing up early. We expect nothing less.
Yeah.
Sorry. Bountiful came back really, really late.
Really late.
Is that is turned over twice. Pull for three and got it. A big-time three from Bradley Evans. He's got 11, and that's a 6-point lead for Bountiful.
An unforced error by Orem gives the ball back to Brighton and cannot be late on the closeout of Bradley Easton.
3:05 left in the third, 37-31. Full timeout on the floors. We'll be right back.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash your card.
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
So welcome back into the John M. Huntsman Center, as it is 37-31 in favor of Brighton. And Coach, I mean, you look at this game getting ready to go to the fourth quarter. Man, I don't know if you can get any closer if you're Brighton.
Yeah, they're executing well offensively. Defensively, they've been impressive, and they've been physical. They picked up some fouls as Hyatt gets the layup. They picked up some fouls, but you have to be physical with Orem. You can't give them anything easy. You can't make them feel comfortable. So I feel like Brighton's doing a great job defensively of being physical and trying to take Orem out of their game a little bit.
Will pull up, can't get it to go.
That's a pass that's got to be kicked out to the corner.
Amazingly, right? As Jack Allen can't get it. Oh, really went for the big hammer there.
Transition.
Didn't get it. Transition three, did not pull on it. Loose ball taken, and then ahead as here comes Suga Turaga, and he missed it.
Lay it in. You got coaches yelling everywhere. Lay it in.
That's a big one.
And there goes Soto right to the rim, and it's 39-33.
It felt like Orem was finally getting some traction, and then
he thought he was going to put it in.
Yep.
And you saw at the very end, he kind of mistimed where he was, and he ended up turning it over. Nice move right to the rim, and one. 100%.
And this is where Burgess is just different this year, right? Is it like early years, I feel like he gets off to a rocky start. He doesn't stay locked in to make that play. But we've talked about how physical Mawini's been. Okay, I'll just turn you baseline, right? And go lay it up, and a chance here for a three-point play.
And the and one does not go. And now an opportunity here for Brighton. Soto sends that ball over. He's in drive base. Did not have a close. Wide open three, not going to go. And now the take by Burgess. He sends out for three. Does not go on the rebound to Soto.
It's a good look. That's the look they want.
1,000,000%. And I thought the foul's a little irritating, because I think that'll be the third team foul. They only have one to give in the last 111.
Brighton runs a good hammer screen play for Easton to get a three from the corner. They haven't run that yet. I wonder if they go to that at some point in this game.
If you're Coach Gardner, I mean, is that a play you're like, yeah, end of the third quarter, you want to send a note? Or are you still keeping that in your back pocket for a fourth quarter? Maybe you need something big.
He might be saving it. It's a good end of quarter play, so I think there's a chance we see it if they get one more possession, but he might be saving it for the fourth quarter.
7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5, 4. Got a pull on it, man. 2 seconds. Going to float it and score it. How about that?
He's only got 7 by my count, but man, Mawini's played really strong here this morning. He's been solid.
Does not have to put up big numbers. 20 seconds to go. Down to 10. Now he'll start. Comes off the screen of Burgess. Splits the two, pulls, and hits.
It's big.
Huge three. And that's how the third quarter comes to an end.
Sugar Taraga with the leak out. Dastrup finds him. And Orem back to a one-possession game as we head to the fourth.
41-38 as Brighton leads over Orem. You're watching the 2025 5A state tournament. And welcome back into the John M. Huntsman Center, the campus University of Utah. As we have, man alive, we have one quarter left, and what has been an absolute blast of a ball game between Brighton and Olympus, or Orem, I should say. Coach, I mean, this has been very interesting to watch how this game is going to go.
I'm excited. As a basketball fan, I'm excited. Brighton's done a good job kind of controlling the game. I think they've led the whole game.
Yeah.
Controlling the game and making Orem a little bit uncomfortable. They're not used to not having the lead. So it's going to be interesting to see how Orem responds going into the fourth quarter. I don't think they've trailed many times in the fourth quarter this season.
You think about it, they don't really trail a whole lot. Orem does not lose very often as they put the ball inside and there's a foul before he went to make a move. But it's just interesting to see how this game's going to go in the fourth quarter.
Brighton's got to keep being aggressive. They pick up that foul there. If they can get Orem in the bonus early, that can take that pressure off of them to, try and score the ball if they're shooting free throws with 2.5, 3 minutes left in the game.
Could not get that one to go as quickly up the floor are the Tigers.
Yeah, Orem has not lost in state this year. And you look at that first matchup against Brighton, it was one of the closer battles they had. They still won that game by 10. It was a lot closer than that, though.
Yeah.
And, they're in another battle here tonight.
Has nowhere to go with it. Goes inside, blocked from behind.
Great collapse there by Easton.
Easton has used his length really well this game.
So well.
And they get him a 3 in transition maybe.
And I always feel like with Easton, he doesn't have that mass, and sometimes that can be a disadvantage. But, boy, he's played so well today.
Man, how about the block there from Suga Taronga?
And it's just not a shot that they needed.
Here comes Allen down the baseline and got the easy 2, and it's a 1-point ball game, 41-40.
And right now, and not to overthink it, but it almost feels like it's not just about your execution, it's about not giving Orem the opportunity as well, right? And so you get a block, a quick clear, and you give up 2 at the rim uncontested.
Yeah, you've got to run your best stuff and not give Orem any opportunities.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Good take.
It's a beautiful take and gets that one to go.
That could be your best stuff right there. Just get the ball to Easton.
Oh, come right back, and it's Suga Taronga.
Seeing right now, this is the type of game that Orem wants to play.
And this is interesting, right? Because this whole tempo has been played in second gear.
Yep.
And right now, Orem, we've just shifted to third. And is that going to be comfortable for Brighton? We'll find out. Look at this. We're downshifting now, right?
Slow it down.
Yep.
Pull it. Yeah, we got to get it back. Oh, man. I'm not.
No.
I'm not sure what he thought he was going to get there.
He's trying to draw a call.
I know he was. I was thinking the same thing when he went to start the shot. Throw that into Hyatt. Hyatt cannot get the freaking shot to drop, but he does get the foul call.
Now, is that 4 fouls on Mawini? Oh, okay, number 2.
And that's the third on Neighbors.
Now, you could tell Coach Tavita made an emphasis, get the ball inside in the fourth quarter.
Well, because I even feel like that timeout late in the third, you've seen an extra jump in the step of Orem since that point, right? But going back to that previous play, it's, hey, look, don't worry about the officials. Don't worry about doing something. Just continue to play your game, right? Like, guys, we've got a game plan. We want to execute inside it. Like, let's just.
You don't want to rely on the officials.
Correct.
And there's the free throw that gives them the lead, 44-43.
And I think this is the first lead of the game for Orem.
Well, it's the first one since the first quarter.
Oh,
because they were up big in the first quarter. Yeah, they were up with it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
As they come off the screen, send it over to Soto. Is Soto still holding up top? Now comes off the screen and Neighbors. Neighbors going to drive and score it.
That's what you got to go to. You got to get him the right matchup in space.
And he did that against Hyatt. It's a good take.
And that was impressive, right? And now Dastrup on the drive gets the foul call. So earns the foul call. We'll get to the free throw line with just under 5 minutes left in the ball game.
And these are the moments where Chance Dastrup, I think you're going to see the basketball in his hand a lot because it's almost like he's got Red Bull in his veins, right? Like he's just always running 120%, and you're tired, you're worn out, you've played a long game, and Chance still has energy and more, and you're going to see a lot of that. Dastrup driving the basketball, opportunities for finishes or handoffs.
And if I'm Brighton, I like the idea of playing pressure defense, but I think Dastrup likes when he's getting pressured.
He does.
So I think you got to give him a little bit of space and not allow him to come downhill and facilitate.
Agreed. Because the moment he gets that edge, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Free throws are good, and it's 46-45, Orem. Well, we thought it'd be fun. We didn't know that it'd be this close. He's coming off the screen. He tried to get that off, and yeah, he caught Sumataranga using his leg. I love Coach Tavita. It's like, what are you talking about?
Are you a big suit guy, Coach?
No.
I think we're looking at his wardrobe choice.
Got the hoodie and sweats on. You can tell.
So he's on the drive, does not get the whistle.
I think that's contact right there, and that's been called on that end of the floor. So
we actually had a coach this week tell us they feel like the game has been more physical this year. Would you agree with that? Kind of just overall?
I think so. I think it depends on the officiating crew. Okay. But it probably has been a little bit more physical. He's got to throw that ahead.
Yeah, he lost the ball when he tried to split the defenders, send that ball to the corner, down to the angle, straight away, pump it, pull it, and he knew that was off. As soon as he went to shoot it, you could just tell. Like, yeah, that's not going in.
Almost felt like maybe pressure that moment, right? You get the turnover on the one end because everyone for Brighton outside, right? Yeah. No one inside on that play, and not a lot of options to work with. Tough shot that doesn't go.
Full timeout. We'll take it as well. 4:08 left in the fourth quarter. You're watching the 2025 5A state tournament. In Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Coach Trey Smith with you. And Coach, this is very interesting. You're looking at it. 4:08 left. Up one if you're Orem. I mean, it's got to feel a little different if you're Coach just to get into that part, right?
Yeah, the momentum has changed a little bit. Orem's playing more of their style now. And if Brighton wants to have a chance, they've got to pull that back and they've got to make Orem play to their style that they were doing the first three quarters.
So up the floor now with the Tigers. And Dane, where would you head to get this all worked out? As they were trying to get that in. We'll get back to that as there comes a steal. Sends that one to the corner. The three will not go. Tipped out and taken by Dastrup.
I'd look for Dastrup to drive. I do think that's probably the best initiator of offense right now. You have the kick abilities. You can set up lobs to Chamberlain if they bring any help. I'd look for Dastrup off the dribble.
They're running this pick and roll. Or they usually run that. They fake the down screen, and then they get that pick and roll slip play.
Hyatt somehow kept that ball alive. Three on the way. No. Rebound put up and in. How about that from Sumataranga?
Great finish. Like the shot from Burgess. Good contest, but Sumataranga with the cleanup.
On the drive. Oh, how about that one? They put up and in there by Josh Mawhinney. And we got a 1-point ball game.
He's going to be the key down the stretch. They've got to get the ball in his hands in an attacking position like that play right there.
So we got one free throw to tie the game up at 48. And he left it. He missed it. You shoot on that end of the floor. I mean, you're shooting into the open. Oh, man.
And Brighton's left a lot of points. At the foul line.
Like a ton, right? I mean, it's been pretty interesting to see. As they go into Hyatt. Hyatt sends out Burgess. Cannot get the three to go on the rebound taken.
Now, I'm not sure why they went away from Burgess on the block.
Oh, that's pretty. And he gets right to the rim and lays it up and in. Brad Easton got 15.
You know, it's interesting because the last couple times they've tried to work inside, Brighton continues to front. They've had those lobs.
There you go.
Been some dangerous entries.
Here's Burgess. And he traveled.
And that's the strength of Mawhinney right there. Burgess can't spin on him because he's just walled up defensively. Like you said, he plays like he's 6'7".
And the one time he did spin baseline, he was further out. He didn't get stuck under the backboard. Right there, you're in a really tough spot to get that shot away.
Yep.
Back down the floor.
Now get Mawhinney in the high post situation.
Mawhinney going to work. He gets a foul. The bucket. Oh, how about that one from Mawhinney? Just absolutely terrific.
And again, Hyatt here defending. I mean, it's what makes him tough to guard. We talk about he plays bigger than he is, but because he's not that big, he's quick. And so it's like, well, how do you want to defend him? Do you want to defend him with size? He'll beat you with speed. If you want to defend him with speed, he'll beat you with size. I mean, it's a really tough matchup, and it's been one of the real keys why Brighton has had such a great year.
That's where he made the jump from last year to this year. He developed more guard skills this year that help him get downhill instead of just getting a catch on the post. Now he can get a catch on the perimeter, and he can still get downhill and beat you.
And here's the incredible thing. I mean, you look at this Brighton team. Who knows how this game finishes, right? You've got 2 to go, 3-point ball game. But right now you've got Brighton, this a 15-10 team.
Yeah.
6-6 in region. They lost 10 games this year. And yet Orem is, being given everything here. It's been a really impressive display.
Always fun when you get to the end of the game and I'm on screen thinking
that was not me. That was not me.
So he kept telling me, he's like, take a look at that. But no, think about this. I mean, this is interesting. When you look about inside of 2 minutes and you've got a 3-point ball game. So if you're Orem, you don't have to take a three, but you can if it's there.
Yeah. Well, you got to get the ball into Dastrup's hands. He's going to create everything for you. You don't even have to run a play. Space the floor, get the ball in his hands, let him try and get downhill and make a play.
I've been surprised that they haven't used that more.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the last time he drove, almost got tripped up. I mean, that could have been a travel, but it ended up in a three. And the last couple times, kind of like that ball's left, it's never come back to chance. And I worry if that's going to be the case. I don't know if Orem will be able to come back.
Right.
Well, there's the free throw. So 52-48. This is crazy. So Brighton got the lead.
Trying
on
to go to
Orem.
the post.
Goes into Sumatranga. I love that move, man. That guy just goes right at Dastrup like he's not even there.
Yep.
Pardon me, Soto like he wasn't there. Go back the other way. Oh, pretty.
Don't force it.
Pump the three. Now going to drive. Now let that way short. You saw when that left his hand.
He saw Burgess coming over.
Both teams each have 2 timeouts left.
So here comes the screen. Does send it up top to Hyatt. Gonna throw it in now.
You've got to send some help. There you go.
I thought they said we're going to call it on the floor.
I think if they throw it into Simeon, they've got to bring Hyatt's guy over. Hyatt's not a 3-point shooter. They've got to bring help. They can't let him get anything easy downhill like that again.
So timeout taken on the floor. 48.7 seconds left in this one. And
if you are Orem, where are you going here? You like going back to Simeon?
Go back to him. Yeah, he's gotten easy buckets. He's a strong kid. He's tall. How tall? He's 6'6".
I think 6'6".
6'6". Yeah, he can get whatever he wants right now. I think you go back to him and play through him. But also, I mean, Dastrup, one of the best playmakers in the state. You can't go wrong with either of those two.
I feel like this is. I know I'm like ringing the bell for Chance Dastrup. I'll do it again. this is a chance game.
Yeah.
Like they're playing Sierra Canyon. It's a battle. It's low scoring. It's just like this. It's Chance Dastrup with a drive in a lane with 6 seconds left to beat Sierra Canyon.
Now,
it's that kind of a game, and it's like Chance is going to make a play. Whether it may be a timely three, it may be I don't know, but
this will be interesting to see how Orem do. They try to go quick? If they don't go quick, Brighton plays for the last shot.
2 for 1 here, right?
Yeah.
Are you a fan of, hey guys, we want that shot up in 10 seconds?
If it's a good shot, you don't want to force anything. You don't want to be in the huddle saying we're going to get a 2 for 1 and then you take a bad shot.
Right.
So if they can get a good look, something going downhill towards the basket, I say yes. If not, it plays to Brighton's favor because they could play for the last shot.
So 48.7 seconds.
And the ball's on the baseline. So if they run a good baseline play at the basket, they can get that 2 for 1.
It also has to be on the line, right? So on the entry.
Well defended.
Got that into.
It looks like they won't get the 2 for 1.
No. Did not have it drawn up. Hands off to Jax Allen. Jax terminates, now pulls, and count the bucket. Oh my goodness. Tied up at 52, and now Jax Allen has the chance to go to the line for the biggest free throw of his life.
This is well defended. I mean, defense is there.
You've got to stay down. Yeah,
leaves his feet first.
Brighton's got an interesting decision to make if he makes this. Do you go quick and try and extend the game, or do you say,
I'm taking the last shot.
We've got to pull off the upset. Let's take the last shot.
Taking the last shot.
Allen knocks down the free throw, 53-52.
I think you take it down to about 12 seconds.
They have one timeout.
Call that last timeout. Get the ball to Mawini's hands.
Remember, you got to play in store, coach.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh.
And it goes. So now we've got another trade.
So Brighton takes the timeout, and that's important because now they don't have a timeout left.
Yep.
And I thought that he said it was on Brighton taking the timeout.
Yes.
But that's their last one.
Yeah, I think you make Orem take the timeout because they have 2. You got to assume they're going to take it, and then you keep that last timeout if you need it.
How about this feed from Mawini?
Yes.
And everyone.
And, my gosh. When that left his hand and it hit the back of the buckle, I was like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, I thought it was coming off.
I did too.
I did too. Okay, Orem.
So what Coach Gardner's got to do now is he's got to drop 2 different things. How we're going to defend it, and then what we're going to do if they make the shot.
Because he can't stop the clock.
And that's hard. I know it's hard deciding when to take those last timeouts.
Yeah.
I look at the board, I say, Orem's got 2 timeouts. I'm going to make them call it, and I'm going to save my timeout in case we need it.
Well, and the crazy thing is that he didn't make him call a timeout because Orem started to call a timeout. And they already had given it to Brighton. So he's like, look, they already called it.
Yeah, I would love for Coach Gardner to look over at their sideline and see, are they calling it? If they call it, I'm going to let them take it.
Problem is, though, is that the moment they inbound that ball, he can't take a timeout.
Yes.
So you got to make a real quick decision. If you're calling it, if you're Brighton, you don't have that luxury, right? So. Okay, you going back to Simeon here? They went to Allen the time before.
They've got so many things they can do.
I know, it's crazy,
and they're all good options.
Yes, they are. This is where Coach Tabita makes the big bucks right here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that $5 a day really going to come in handy in this moment.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, how about that? They took a timeout, so we all get timed out again.
I just burned it. Yep.
Oh, so they took one. Okay,
they just took one.
See, you just got to assume he's going to take it with 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, I mean,
in my opinion, and I'm not criticizing Coach. He's a great coach, but that puts your team in a tough position if Orem does score.
How quick are you starting here if you're Orem? Like,
you go right away. You got to go right away.
Okay.
Because they've rebounded the ball so well, offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance. Go right away.
And here's the thing with the way Orem shoots. I mean, you miss, Brighton gets the rebound. You foul them, they hit 2. It's still a 1-possession game.
And Brighton hasn't been great at the foul line.
Correct.
So you go right away and you foul them. You probably still get a second opportunity to at least tie the game.
Now back to a previous conversation. They do have to go the full length of the floor here.
And I love it. As they inbound into Dastrup.
They give him space. You don't want to get up in him.
The clock is running. Down to 14, now 13. Still holding, still running. Got a little bit of space, steps through. Traveled. Absolutely. He traveled. No doubt about it. He made the move.
He picked up that pivot foot. If he just does a step through, that's fine, but he picks up that pivot.
Oh, my God.
And now with no timeouts left, Brighton's got to get the ball in bounds.
Correct.
Well, and Orem's got one timeout.
Yep.
So they get it in.
And that's the guy you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here's the other part. Eaton needs this one because he needs to put him up 3.
Yep.
And then you still have a chance to get a stop to get to overtime.
Now, here's the question. With 5.8 seconds left, he makes both. Do you foul?
Oh, that's a good call. Yes.
Going full court?
I say yes. I say you let him get 2 dribbles in.
It's got to be in the backcourt.
And make him feel like he's blown by you and then foul, and there's 2 seconds left.
Yep. So here's Brad Easton. Makes the first.
And he's calm.
Yes,
he wanted this.
So Easton now has to wait as Jace Tavita takes a timeout. Just
my goodness.
Unreal with what has unfolded.
My heart's going crazy.
This is crazy.
I feel like I'm coaching the game.
Oh, man. Absolutely unreal.
So, if you're Coach Tavita, you just used your last time out. I think we probably see a foul here, right? So, if this free throw's made, see the foul here. You make the first, you intentionally miss the second.
Are you talking about Orem?
Yeah.
You have to. You have no timeouts left. You don't have enough time to go the length of the court. If Brighton fouls, you got to intentionally miss, because if he doesn't, then there's probably 2 seconds left. You don't have enough time to foul and then get the rebound and go the length of the court. Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was Brighton, I would foul. Don't even give them a chance to get a 3-point shot off.
I think that's probably coming.
Yeah.
I used to be in the camp of play it out.
So did I. And I was telling my guys when we were playing Northridge in the first round of the playoffs, we had Madden Johnson in the line, and I brought my guys over. I said, if he makes both, it would make it a 3-point game with about 3 seconds left. I said, we're fouling. And I had never done that before because I've always been a play it out guy.
Yep.
But it just with this little amount of time, it plays to your favor so much more than it does to them.
But that's where, for me, it's got to be in the backcourt. If
Yeah,
you're in
it
the
has
front
to
court,
be.
you run the risk of a shot
Yes.
and make all
Yes.
sorts of crazy stuff. It's got to be in the backcourt.
Yeah, it does. And you got to do it while he's putting the ball on the floor.
Correct.
You can't do it if he gets a catch and turns towards the
other
basket.
thing, remember, we had an intentional foul called earlier.
Yes.
So you better make certain it's a play on the basketball.
And one of Coach Gardner's assistants has to be telling the officials, hey, we're fouling. We're making a play on the ball. We're fouling.
That. I don't like that. I don't like trying to hey, so I don't know what it's going to actually play out, but just be aware this is what we're trying to do. But you hear coaches say that all the time.
As a coach, you have to do it. You have to put it in the official's mind, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. Otherwise, you're not on the same page, and the official's going, well, that was kind of intentional, and
But I don't know.
Absolutely.
I get it.
It's a cat and mouse game. It's a mind game, but you have to do it as a coach.
This is why you get hired as a coach, and I'm here just talking about it.
Well, you got the more important. You're doing every single game. I'm only doing one game.
That's 100%.
You got the more important job.
No.
100%. I agree with you.
Now he's just making sure he gets a return trip.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that text. I hope I don't get a return trip. I want to be playing in these games. This is a good consolation prize for me.
Yeah.
But man, I want to be playing in these games.
So the whole thing was about the foul was not the 15th foul, it was the 14th foul. So we're not.
So they had 4 on the board, and it was incorrect.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay.
So now you've got to get the ball back in Easton's hands, and that's hard because they know he's coming to get the ball.
I think it's so.
If I'm Brighton, I don't love that there was a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
But what do you do?
You can't do anything. But it just, you've got to run your best play to get Easton the ball.
We never saw hammer time, by the way. You said that great hammer screen to get.
Oh, yeah. Well, they didn't need it.
I know.
So gonna try to get it in and do.
See, and Mawini's a good free throw shooter, but
it's not Easton.
No.
It isn't. Here's the other part. He's got to hit both.
So, how do you help prep a player for this moment, Coach?
Yeah. And I would have, and again, it's easy to say this from 100 rows up, right, where you're not in the moment. I would have loved to have Easton in the backcourt and give him enough space, enough time to separate himself and go get a catch.
Yeah.
Having him at the free throw line is hard because he has such limited space to go try and get a catch. But maybe it won't matter if he makes these two.
Oh, and he goes 1 of 2. So here comes a run out. Here's Dastrup. He's in a pole. Couldn't get it. Oh, my gosh. I thought he was going to put that in.
They had a chance.
And it was Brighton coming up to Rice Eccles and getting the win over Orem. Did not see this coming. Didn't hope it would happen. Oh, my hell. I don't know how we got there, but we did.
And I pushed the wrong button, so we don't have the replay. But I thought that Dastrup was going for the 3.
Did he lob it? Was that a lob?
I think it was an intentional lob to Sikataraga.
If that was a lob, that was a great play.
Heck of a play.
Amazing play.
Orem goes down.
In the quarterfinals.
Unreal. Unreal.
The state number 1. Yeah. Not just in 5A, but the overall number 1.
Agreed.
Oh, that's...
And you think about this group for Orem, Dastrup, Mickelson.
Never won one.
Burgess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all played together growing up.
Yep.
Yadin, Allen. Here's another look. Yeah, I don't think this is a shot. No, he's looking at the rim.
He's looking at the rim.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Now, we have to talk about the game plan of Coach Gardner.
Unreal. So good.
What a great job he did. They played their style of basketball.
Yep. And every time Orem tried to pick him up, they had the discipline to get back in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unreal.
Yeah, phenomenal.
And talk about, Easton, the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah.
And you can talk about, because Slade? Who's the other guy you talked about? Sorry. Slade, Case Beams.
Beams, yeah.
They got a lot of support, but Easton hitting threes early.
Yeah.
Got him in the right mind frame.
You have to make shots early
to
give yourself a belief and give yourself a chance.
Unreal.
And how about Josh Mawini down the stretch?
Yeah, he was big.
Big time,
big.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That was unreal. Absolutely unreal.
You know what it is? You better be ready to play.
Yeah.
Record does not matter in the state tournament.
That's why you play the game.
And it doesn't matter if you played in the regular season or anything else.
And you feel terrible for a Riker Mickelson.
Yes.
Right? You lose that game by 2. Obviously, you lose him to injury, a senior.
And there's no doubt he would have had an impact on the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What a game.
So, yeah, just absolutely crazy. Nuts. So we have about 9:50, but Coach, hey, an absolute blast.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
But for Dane Stewart and for Coach Jason Margetts, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us as I just screwed that up, didn't I? But it's okay. Josh Margetts.
What?
Right?
I like Jason.
Yeah. Josh Margetts. As Josh Margetts does help get us all done, but it's all good. As congratulations to Brighton, first of all.
Yeah.
How to get the win. They got the win. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely spectacular for Dane and for Coach. I'm Dusty Lister, and thanks for joining us and watching how Brighton just broke the hearts of 5A. I mean, they absolutely did. Congratulations to Brighton. But absolutely terrific. All right, let's go.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you soon.